There are 341 Menards stores in America, and you cannot buy a Milwaukee tool in a single one of them, or a DeWalt, or a Makita. This is the third largest home improvement retailer in the country. 15 states, 15 distribution centers, one of the biggest privately held companies in America. And the two brands most American contractors actually own aren't in any of it. That's not me guessing. Filter Menards' own website by brand and you get Bosch, Metabo HPT, Dremel, Black & Decker, and their own label. Milwaukee isn't out of stock. Menards isn't on Milwaukee's authorized retailer list at all. That's not an oversight. It's a decision. And it's a strange one to make unless you think you can win without them. Understand what Menards is turning down. DeWalt belongs to Stanley Black & Decker, a company doing over $3.5 billion in a single quarter. And in early 2025, DeWalt posted its 8th consecutive quarter of revenue growth. Milwaukee belongs to Tektronic Industries out of Hong Kong, and Milwaukee is the engine driving that company's power equipment business. These aren't struggling brands a retailer drops for underperforming. They're the two names a contractor says when you ask what he runs. And both companies spent 15 years building the same trap. Buy the drill, and the drill stops being the point. Count what a working M18 user owns. 4 batteries, 2 chargers, a saw, a grinder, a light, a vacuum, all running the same pack. That's not loyalty, it's arithmetic. Switching means writing off everything already charged and sitting on the bench. Nobody does that because a different drill tested slightly better. So Menards walked away from the two brands with the deepest lock-in in the industry, which only makes sense if it's building the same trap itself. Masterforce is Menards' own brand, and it's sold nowhere else on earth. Over 400 hand tools. And in cordless, it's the single largest brand on their shelves, ahead of every outside name they carry. It's structured exactly like the platforms it's replacing. 20-volt flex power. Then Boost, where the battery and the tool talk to each other and adjust. Then Boost XHC for capacity. Then an 80-volt outdoor system on top. And the flex power charger charges all of it. So nothing you already own gets orphaned when the range expands. Same trap. Smaller, but the same shape. Then there's the thing Menards is actually famous for. Several weeks a year, almost everything in the store carries an 11% rebate. And it doesn't come back as money. It comes back as a merchandise credit check, 6 to 8 weeks later, redeemable only at Menards. Not cash, not gift cards. Look at what that does. A customer who saves 11% on a lumber package walks back through the door weeks later holding money that works in exactly one building. And the tool aisle is where that credit tends to land, because it's the part of the store where $100 still buys something whole. There's a second piece too. Masterforce cordless carries a 3-year warranty, and claims are typically handled in the store rather than shipped out to a service center. Broken tool, receipt, walk out with a replacement. Which raises the obvious question, is any of it actually good? Pro Tool Reviews has tested the range and the verdict is roughly what you'd expect. Competent, not class-leading. Good value, particularly on sale. And Menards runs sales constantly. For hanging a door, framing a shed, building a deck, the performance gap is smaller than the price gap. That's been true of decent house brands for a few years now. For 8 hours a day, dropped off scaffolding, left in a truck through a Wisconsin February, the gap reopens. Duty cycle is where cheap tools stop being cheap. And if you've been in the trades a while, you're already objecting that spec sheets don't tell you much, which is correct. What tells you something is the tool that's been abused for 4 years and still starts. Masterforce doesn't have 4 years of that data at this scale yet. So the tool comparison gives a split answer. And split answers usually mean the wrong question. Because Menards made sure you can't ask it in their store anyway. That's the part that gets missed. Milwaukee isn't beaten on the shelf at Menards. Milwaukee isn't on the shelf. Every other retailer in America puts these brands next to each other and lets the customer decide. Home Depot does, Lowe's does, Amazon does. In 341 Menards stores, That comparison doesn't physically exist, which means Milwaukee and DeWalt aren't losing a fight there. They're absent from one. And Menards can only do that because nobody can force it to stock anything. It's private. John Menard has never sold a share, never taken it public, never had to explain a shelf decision to an analyst. A public retailer that dropped the two best-selling tool brands would spend the next earnings call defending it. Menards just did it, and the only people who noticed were customers who already owned red batteries. So picture who this actually works on. First house, needs a drill, needs a circular saw eventually. He owns nothing. No batteries, no charger, no opinion about what the guys on site run. The switching cost protecting Milwaukee doesn't apply to him because it hasn't been built yet. He's standing in a Menards because that's the home improvement store where he lives. He's looking at the only cordless platform prominently in front of him, and he's got an 11% credit slip in his wallet from the deck he built in June. Whatever he buys starts the same accumulation that locked in every contractor on that job site. Second tool, third tool, spare battery. 5 years later, he's a Masterforce guy who has never seriously priced a Milwaukee, and he hasn't made a mistake. His tools live in a garage, not a truck. The duty cycle that separates these platforms is a problem he'll never have. Menards isn't converting anyone. It's getting there first. Now the case against everything I've just said, because it's strong. 15 states. Home Depot and Lowe's are in all 50, and so is Amazon. A platform that only exists across part of the Midwest has a ceiling drawn on a map. Move for work, and your batteries become luggage. Professional trust isn't marketing either. Milwaukee and DeWalt have decades of service networks, parts availability, and job site reputation. A contractor who kills a tool at 7 on a Tuesday needs another one by 9. An in-store exchange only helps if there's a Menards on the way. And the depth isn't comparable. Masterforce is a real platform. It is not the hundreds of tools an M18 user can choose from. For anyone whose income depends on that range, the gap is the entire decision. There's also a cost to Menards here that nobody talks about. Every customer who walks in wanting a Milwaukee walks out having bought nothing. So if the claim is that Menards is coming for the professional market, no. The evidence doesn't support it. The real claim is narrower, and the best evidence for it came from Home Depot. For years, Home Depot ran an 11% rebate of its own. Not nationally, not all year, only at stores near a Menards. 16 states, and inside those states, only certain locations. The largest home improvement retailer on earth built a promotion, drew a map of somebody else's stores, and deployed it like a countermeasure. You don't do that for a competitor you're not feeling. Then, around 2024, Home Depot stopped, and Menards went the other way, extending the window to claim a rebate out to a full year. One of them treated the 11% as a problem to be managed. The other treats it as the business. So here's what the evidence establishes. Menards can't take the job site. It probably can't leave the Midwest. What it can do is stand between the giants and the customer at the one moment that decides the next 15 years of that customer's spending before he owns a single battery. And across 341 stores, it does that without their tools in the room at all. That's a smaller number than the title suggests. It's also the only number that compounds. Milwaukee and DeWalt built their advantage on the idea that the first tool leads to the second. It still does. In 15 states, they just don't get to sell it.